From Hollenbeck Hall on the campus of St. Cloud State University, 24 of Minnesota's best senior boys basketball players on the court all at one time next. It's the High School All-Star Game on Cable 12 Sports. Cable 12 Sports presents High School All-Star Basketball. It's the Metro and the Outstate in the first of a two-game series for 1996. And good evening, I'm Jay Wilcox, along with Wendell Ring, who's the head coach at Park Center High School and a former coach in the All-Star Game. Talked to these coaches, and they kind of said the same thing you said when you coached. Every coach should have an opportunity to do this at least once in their career.
Well, it really was a great experience. I just got finished talking to the Rich Decker, one of the Outstate coaches, and we talked about just how competitive the players are. And even in practice, you can hardly scrimmage because they're just diving all over the place and taking stitches and things like that. So, yeah, it really was a great experience for me, and I'm sure for these guys coached tonight, another great time.
I think to some degree 1996 could be called the year of the big man in Minnesota, and the very biggest man out on the court tonight will be playing for the Metro team, Nate Altoff of Delano, a 7-footer.
Well, he is a great prospect. I know that he's going to the University of Utah, and apparently Rick Majerus came and watched him play and offered him a scholarship on the spot. And, I think he's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Two 6'10" Gopher recruits in this series. However, Kyle Sandin will not play tonight, so we'll only get to look at one. That would be Mr. Kevin Logie of Morris.
Well, I'm looking forward to the matchup between him and Altoff. I think, those two guys are going to be future Division I centers, and to see how they compare with each other, and to really see how they play in a game with this kind of caliber players is kind of a way to take a look and see how they're going to be in the future as college players.
Now, it's worked out pretty nicely in this series. Metro and Outstate, 10 wins apiece coming in. Seems to be the talk this year is that the Outstate is the team that's a little bit more loaded, but that doesn't always hold up when you look at things on paper.
I don't think the team with the most talent always wins this game. I think that the team that plays unselfishly and the team that sets some screens and does some of the fundamental things right ends up winning the game. But I think it's going to be a wide open game, and these games kind of go back and forth. The team will get a 10-0 run, and then somebody else will come back. So I think it's anybody's game, but I think you're probably right. The Outstate maybe has more talent, at least on paper, going into the game.
Seems like one other thing you can always count on in these games is that there'll be somebody that you maybe hadn't heard of coming in that will impress you very much.
Yeah, somebody's always stepping up and showing themselves in front of the crowd and in front of the other players. And so I don't know who that's going to be, but it's always interesting to see who it turns out to be.
Well, the All-Star Game is coming up, but before that, the Slam Dunk Contest. Please stay with us. It's All-Star Basketball on Cable 12 Sports.
The one channel with every beat, groove, and kick of this year's Minnesota State Dance Line competition is Cable 12. Watch Cable 12 News for scheduling details. Catch the energy of the 1996 Minnesota Dance Line competition on Cable 12, the one to turn to.
Well, we know the players probably like this as much as any part of the evening, and the fans definitely like it too. Now, each contestant has had one warm-up dunk. There's 4 competitors per side. For the Metro team, we'll see Stuart McFarland, Andy Lerberg of Osseo, Dante Johnson of Edison, and Matt Lee of St. Thomas Academy. And up first is Stu McFarland, 6'4", forward out of Mounds View High School. Competitors for the Outstate include Michael Thompson from Winona by way of New Zealand, Lance Meinke of Lake City, John Solheim out of Bemidji, and the big crowd favorite Russ Archambault of nearby Sartell. So you get another look at McFarland's dunk, and this is John Solheim out of Bemidji, 6'5".
He's a big kid too. He have a lot of leg power to get that big body up.
360 and got around in nice shape. Now here's Andy Lerberg, a very familiar face to Coach Ring and ourselves at Cable 12 out of Osseo High School. Ooh, it didn't go, but if it had, it would have been nice.
Andy's got great leaping ability.
Just got it a little bit behind him. This is Lance Meinke out of Lake City. And Lance misfires as he tried to sky from just outside or just inside the free throw line. And now St. Thomas Academy's Matt Lee, the tallest player in the dunk contest at 6'8".
Number 3, Matthew Lee.
Ooh. Give him some points for creativity, although again it didn't fall.
And how high the ball bounced. Up to the rafters on the miss.
And here the crowd roars. The smallest player in it, 6 feet tall, Russ Archambault of Sartell. Pretty decent, although I think his dunk in the warm-ups was a little bit better, and they'll all have a second opportunity. This one he put the ball so close to the hoop that he didn't have much to do except tap it in. And here's Dante Johnson. Oh, Dante Johnson, I'd say the leader after round 1.
That was the best dunk we've seen.
6'4" ball player out of Edison High School in Minneapolis.
Great player out of the city conference.
And here's Michael Thompson, 6'7" out of Winona. Oh, lost the handle. Well, he's going to be a player to watch during this game. You and I both, from separate accounts, heard some very good things about this man, Michael Thompson. And not a bad name to have for a basketball player playing in Minnesota either.
Yeah, people I've talked to this season are really impressed with him.
Stu McFarland getting his second opportunity.
For the Outstate All Stars, number 53, John Solheim.
Just didn't have the rotation to get around again. Now here's Solheim again. I think we might have seen more misses than makes so far here in this one.
Lerberg needs to make one here.
Lerberg will start it out from the right sideline. He went with the I have to make this theory, I think there, a little less fancy than his first attempt. Here's Lance Meinke, broke Randy Brewer's scoring record at Lake City. Oh yeah, nice. Curls underneath. This is Lance Meinke out of Lake City. Matt Lee is going to get a long running start here.
Ooh.
Didn't have his steps
a little bit
down.
too far away.
Archambault is up again here. Oh, nice. Effortless it looked.
Yeah, he really does get up easy, doesn't he?
He'll be a gopher next season. And here's Dante Johnson, who we thought had the best dunk of the first round. Great altitude, but missed fired. Wasn't that he wasn't up high enough, that's for sure. Here's Thompson from Winona. Spins home the 360.
That was effortless too.
A lot of these guys have impressive lists of amateur experience, but I don't know that any of them top Thompson. He's been a member of the national team in New Zealand, the under 20, under 18, and then under 20 national team, and he did very well, leading scorer and rebounder in that for that New Zealand team. Looks like the teams are going to take a quick warm-up here. We'll take a quick break and come back with our lineups for tonight's contest in just a moment.
Cable 12 gets your business noticed. Just ask the owner of Broadway Pizza and the new Eagle's Nest Lounge. Ron Eagles will tell you what happened after his pizza and pasta were seen on Cable 12.
I told us, I can't believe the new faces, you know, and I said, it's got to be the cable TV. I said, it's the only thing we're doing different.
You can put your product, your employees, and even your customers on Cable 12 and get ready to hear...
I saw you on TV.
Pretty nice crowd has filed in here at St. Cloud State for the first of a two-game series. This is the Outstate home court, and then they play a second night at the University of Minnesota Sports Pavilion in Minneapolis. And it seems as though typically, Wendell, we see kind of an Outstate crowd here. They're here to pull for one team, usually up here in St. Cloud.
Yeah, they're pretty partisan, and it seems like we always have some St. Cloud area players, you know, that help contribute to that. They're popular with the local people, and they draw a lot of people from their hometowns, and like Archambault from Sartell and Linneman from Melrose. They'll make this crowd a pull for the Outstate tonight.
And the slam dunk winner just announced. It's Russell Archambault out of Sartell High School. Right now we're going to meet the lineups, entire roster for both of these teams. 12 players on the side, although Kyle Sandin out of Thief River Falls will not be playing in tonight's game. We'll explain that to you more in just a moment. Let's go down to the public address announcer to meet tonight's lineups.
For the Metro team, a 6'8" forward from St. Thomas Academy, number 3, Matthew Lee. For the Outstate All Stars, a 6-foot guard from Sartell, number 3, Russell Archambault. For the Metro All Stars, a 6'4" forward from Minnehaha Academy, number 5, Mark Johnson. For the Outstate All Stars, a 6'2" guard from Melrose, number 4, Tom Linneman. For the Metro All Stars, a 6'1" guard from Eden Prairie, number 10, Dwayne Totley. For the Outstate All Stars, a 6'1" guard from Faribault, number 12, Mitch Onstead. For the Metro team, a 6'8" center from Chaska, number 11, Neil Punt. For the Outstate team, a 6'7" forward from New Ulm Cathedral, number 23, Martin Klinkhammer. For the Metro team, a 6-foot guard from Minneapolis Southwest, number 14, John Stidman. For the Outstate team, a 6'7" forward from Winona, number 25, Michael Thompson. For the Metro team, a 6'5" forward from Minneapolis Washburn, number 23, Jason Collins. For the Outstate team, a 6'2" guard from Red Lake, number 30, Randy Holthusen. For the Metro team, a 6'2" guard from Park of Cottage Grove, number 25, Steve Bates. For the Outstate team, a 6'3" guard from Fergus Falls, number 33, Jason Retzlaff. For the Metro team, a 6'5" forward from Osseo, number 32, Andy Lerberg. For the Outstate team, a 6'3" forward from Lake City, number 42, Lance Meineke. For the Metro team, a 6'4" forward from Minneapolis Edison, number 33, Dante Johnson. For the Outstate team, a 6'10" forward from Morris area, number 44, Kevin Logie. For the Metro team, a 6'3" forward from Roseville area, number 34, Chad Overski. For the Outstate team, a 6'10" center from Thief River Falls, number 51, Kyle Sandin. For the Metro team, a 6'4" forward from Mounds View, number 40, Stuart McFarland. For the Outstate All Stars, a 6'5" forward from Bemidji, number 53, John Solheim. For the Metro team, a 7-foot center from Delano, number 52, Nathan Althoff. And for the Outstate All Stars, a 6'5" center from New London Spicer, number 55, Jamie Swenson. Coaching the Metro All Stars, Bob Erdman of Roseville area and Ziggy Calls of Mounds View. Coaching the Outstate All Stars, Rich Decker of Rochester Lords and Rich Hupp of Fulda.
Well, there you have the complete rosters for these teams. Kyle Sandin you saw in street clothes. Now there's a limit to how many all-star games that players can play in, and Kyle Sandin will play only in the second half of this doubleheader. Kevin Logie will play only in the first half because each is going to an all-star game in Indianapolis, more of a national game. Give you the starting lineups for tonight's games. First of all, for the Metro team, they will start out with Jason Collins of Washburn and Andy Lerberg of Osseo at the forwards. Nate Althoff, the 7-footer at center. McFarland and Stidman are the guards, although obviously everybody will play pretty much equally. Jason Retzlaff out of Fergus Falls, John Solheim of Bemidji at the forwards for the Outstate. Kevin Logie in the middle. Russ Archambault, the dunk winner out of Sartell, and Tom Linneman out of Melrose are the guards for the Outstate here this evening. Always a big change when the lineups change in this game. You can watch the first few minutes and say, wow, this team or that's going to kill the other, and then it turns out to change in a big hurry.
You get a lot of momentum shifts in a game like this. You know, runs of 10 straight points for one team, and then the other team comes back. So it's usually who plays best in the last 4 minutes of the game that wins.
And Althoff controls the opening tip to Stidman. Metro team with the basketball. Jason Collins to the hole, misses. Althoff trying to corral the rebound, and Logie yanked it away from him after he misfired on the first attempt. Here comes Linneman from Melrose, hit the bottom of the backboard, but draws a foul on the play. And just 15 seconds into the game, Linneman will go to the free throw line. Foul call goes against Andy Lerberg out of Osseo High School.
Both teams pushing the ball early. As you would expect in an all-star game, there's not going to be a lot of passing, and they're going to get the first shot they see.
Linneman also a very good football player, conference MVP in football, sinks the first point of the game. And for some reason they've decided that the Outstate is the guest here, although I don't think they're supposed to be. They did it that way in the girls game also. Second free throw missed, and Metro team comes up with it. Jason Collins, stop and go, dishes back out to Andy Lerberg, who fires, and that's an air ball, rebounded by Logie. Here comes Archambault up the right side. Linneman on the floor, back out, bobbled, but Solheim comes up with it. The lefty fires it up, no good. The tip, no good. Another tip by Linneman won't go. Outstate all over the boards, and then McFarland blocks the shot of Jason Retzlaff.
Showing a little bit of a quickness advantage maybe early for the Outstate.
There was the block from behind. Stidman defending Russ Archambault. That's a pretty good matchup early on. Retzlaff puts it on the floor all the way around the horn, and he scores the first field goal of the night. And it's 3-0 for the Outstate All Stars. Collins way out there will fire, no good. Rebound by Archambault. Tried to go behind the back, lost the handle. Stidman out of there with it. Stidman, another player out of the Minneapolis City League. He bumps off Archambault, misses. Rebound by McFarland is good.
McFarland's really an efficient player. When I've seen him play this year, he doesn't ever look flashy, but he sure is effective.
Retzlaff pull-up jumper not there. Solheim in the edge of the lane, and he hits. Solheim's first field goal. 5-2 lead now for the Outstate All Stars. Here's McFarland, edge of the lane, had a step and then a steal, but a foul called on Archambault of the Outstate.
Outstate foul number 3. Archambault hits first team foul.
There you see the slap on the arm, and it'll be an inbound baseline for the Metro All Stars. Collins into Lerberg. Lerberg team knocked Collins out of the playoffs this year in the quarterfinals in 5AA. Althoff missed off the side of the backboard. Seemed to be a little contact, but typically in this game they'll let him play. One, because it's an all-star game, but two, these guys are so good, you want to let them decide things on the court and maybe get them used to college basketball a little bit too, how physical it'll be. Missed by McFarland, but Althoff is there to follow it up.
Good play on the out-of-bounds play. Even though he missed the first shot, the help had to get there, and there was no block out, so that Althoff had the good tip-back opportunity.
Linneman going down low. Logie pulling away from Althoff. Fadeaway no good. Stidman yanks down the rebound. Stidman off his leg. Now Jason Collins traveled. Outstate will inbound in their backcourt here. 5:25 to go in the first quarter. Jay Wilcox and Park Center head coach Wendell Ring with you from St. Cloud State. It's the high school all-star basketball games for 1996. Outstate girls winning rather convincingly. Here's Archambault from the wing. Three-pointer won't go. McFarland rebounds to Stidman. Collins will stop and fire. No good. Logie blocks out Althoff for the rebound. Here's Linneman. Possible 3-on-2. Solheim cuts to the middle nicely. Pull-up jumper won't go, though. And Retzlaff puts it back in. Second hoop of the night for Fergus Falls, Jason Retzlaff.
Good instincts, gets to the right spot, used his body to position himself and put it back in.
Althoff to McFarland, bumped from behind by Linneman.
A little bit of a mismatch maybe with McFarland being a strong inside player, and Linneman, my guess being, hasn't guarded a whole lot of post players.
Yeah, really, the Metro team starting lineup that really only has one guard in Stidman. So Bob Erdman of Roseville is coaching in his final game. He retired as the Roseville coach at the end of the season. Stidman forces one up, tipped it a couple of times. Stidman will go again. Logie blocked it, but a foul call against Kevin Logie.
Stidman's probably the quickest player the Metro team has, at least on the floor right now. And a lot of those offensive rebounds aren't because of size, they're just because he's quicker getting to the ball.
Stidman hits at the free throw line. Second one also bounces in for Stidman, and it's 7-6 now for the Outstate All Stars. Yet to see our first substitution, although I suspect we will soon. Archambault, nice move to the hoop. Well, I think like a lot of fans in the Metro area, I have not really had a chance to see him play at all. And were you surprised at all to learn that the Gophers had recruited him?
Well, you know, I heard early in the year that people who saw him play thought he was playing very, very well. And got that great quickness, and you know there have been more and more quick guards coming out of Minnesota, but I think he's probably the first one the university's recruited. And it's great to see. Traditionally, we've seen a lot of big guys being recruited by the University of Minnesota.
Here's a look at the last two.
Great body control, Jay. Just finds a seam and still has enough left to put the ball in the basket.
That was his previous basket there. 11-6 now for the Outstate. All new players in for both sides. And right to the bucket, strong Neil punt out of Chaska, number 11. We'll set the lineups for you As soon as we get a chance here, firing it up a little short with it there is Randy Holthusen for the Outstate.
Dante Johnson with the block.
Dwayne Totley out of Eden Prairie passing it to the left side. Chad Overski of Roseville out to Neil Punt. Dante Johnson goes to Matt Lee of St. Thomas Academy. Dante Johnson pulls up for three.
Great looking shot.
Well, he didn't seem to be cold coming in off the bench at all there, and he nails the three. Tied up at 11 apiece. Trying to go inside to Lee. Pass intercepted. Nice play by Jamie Swenson out of New London Spicer. Left side layup by Lance Meinke is good.
Pass up the
13-11.
floor from Onstead.
Mitch Onstead, unbelievable numbers in his career. Number 12 on the Outstate. He's out of Faribault High School, a Mr. Basketball finalist. There's a steal again by Swenson. Knocked it over to Thompson. Here's Onstead. Onstead trying to dish right side, but it was read perfectly by Totley. Here's a 4-on-1 for the Metro. Totley takes it all the way for two. 13 apiece after that bucket by Eden Prairie's Dwayne Totley. 2:20 to go now in the first quarter. As I said, 5 new players per side here. Meinke pulls up from the top, won't go, and Lee rebounds. And Overski will have to save it, and that results in a turnover here. Outstate on the move. Mitch Onstead coming straight up the middle. Randy Holthusen fires. Not a surprise to see that guy draining from the outside. A great pure shooter. 16-13 for the Outstate. Punt trying to look inside. Now Dante Johnson dishing into Lee. Knocked away again. Boy, Swenson's got his hand on 3 passes already. But they recover and score. Chad Overski on the layup for the Metro team.
Swenson plays bigger than he is. He's a 6'6", 6'5" kid that can play, can guard the 6'8" player.
Lance Meinke off the bench comes in and buries a couple of quick hoops. 18-15. Boy, the tempo has really picked up nicely with the second group in. There's Totley, another bucket.
Yeah, they're playing a little more relaxed than the first group was probably. And Totley's made some good plays early.
1:05 to go opening quarter. 18-17. Outstate in the lead. Mitch Onstead on the switch. He had Punt on him for a second. Meinke trying to look inside. Now it's Onstead. Randy Holthusen fires. It's another three-pointer out of Red Lake. Great numbers in his career, and he sinks another. Down low this time. It gets to Lee, but blocked. Meinke. Back the other way, and the layup dropped in nicely by Michael Thompson out of Winona. 23-17, Outstate up by 6. Lee this time gets it in.
Metro really seems to be trying to get the ball in close, and the Outstate's pretty much drive and kick out, or else try to get the fast break chance. Another three-point chance.
That's going to do it for our first quarter. 23-19 is the score. Outstate in the lead. Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Bill Conlon.
Thanks, Jay. I'm joined by Cor Shivaleski. He was a senior captain with the Moundsview Mustangs and certainly knows that Stu McFarland of the Mustangs is an all-star. Here's a kid who didn't even play varsity basketball last year as a junior. He really stepped it up his senior year, didn't he?
Oh, most definitely. He came off the JV from last year after twisting his ankle trying to dunk in a JV game, and he really poured it on at the end of the season when we needed him to, and that's nothing new. I think a lot of seniors step up in the Moundsview Mustang program.
People across the state either do know or have heard a little bit about what a season you guys went through. You lost a JV player midway through the season in Jim Bergstrom to a heart failure, and tell me just what type of season it was for you guys.
Oh, we've had many ups and downs. We've never been through a season like this. I don't know if any team has. a lot of peaks and valleys, but it seemed like in the end there's a lot of peaks.
All right, and the peak tonight for Stu McFarland, an all-star out
Hopefully.
here. You're cheering him on with the Stu chant.
Most definitely.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Bill. 23-19 Outstate as we start the second quarter, and a little trouble with the dribble. Now we're going to get a foul call instead. Jason Retzlaff put it on the floor and drew the contact.
Outstate team ran a kind of a set play off the, coming out of the timeout. Retzlaff got a chance to penetrate, drew the foul.
Mark Johnson picks up the foul, number 5, Minnehaha Academy. He's in the game for the first time this evening. Martin Klinkhammer, number 23, and for the first time for the Outstate All Stars. He is out of New Ulm Cathedral. There's Logie's first bucket as he turns with the half hook. Kevin Logie, gopher recruit out of Morris High School. 25-19 lead now for the Outstate. McFarland back out. Collins. Steve Bates also in there, 25, out of Park of Cottage Grove. He went inside to Altoff, missed it. Outlet pass picked off. Collins read that one all the way. Mark Johnson coming out to the top. Jason Retzlaff defending him. And just a bit late, there was Linneman, and he fouls Collins. That will be his second. And fouls usually not a big problem in this game, of course, when you've got too many guys that you want to work in anyway.
His second personal, 14 foul.
Metro team appears to be a little bit more deliberate in their offensive structure. Trying to get the ball reversed and then get it inside. Bringing their big guys out to start their offense.
Johnson will fire from the top. No good. Tip almost went for McFarland. Then an opportunity for Collins. He lays it in. McFarland showed his leaping ability on that first tip.
Amazing.
25-21 for the Outstate. Here's Logie posting on Altoff. Little half hook again. Won't drop. McFarland tips it out to Mark Johnson. Collins kind of handling the ball at the point now for the Metro Stars. Mark Johnson, nice move to the baseline and draws a foul on Retzlaff. I had a chance to talk to Mark up here the other day, and he's one of those, there's some players that probably have known since about 8th grade that the chances were good they'd be in this game, but he's really not one of those, kind of like McFarland, in that he seemed genuinely honored and maybe even surprised to be considered among the elite in Minnesota. And nice to see kids like that get a chance to play too.
They really appreciate it more, I think.
Collins fires and misses. Altoff back out to Mark Johnson, and it's good for 3. Mark Johnson.
Well, he surely had a great senior year, and so did Minnehaha Academy. Mark Johnson maybe doesn't look like the typical all-star, but very effective player. As is McFarland. He is just impressive with just his fundamentals being so sound.
Tried to go on the backdoor alley-oop to Archambault. Now it's Johnson at the other end, and he drains it again.
Nice penetration and dish by Steve Bates from Park Cottage Grove. Drew the defense and kicked it out.
Nice step around by Logie. Won't drop, but he drew a foul. Went by Altoff like he wasn't there.
I'm impressed with Logie early, too. He's shown a couple of moves where he goes to his left shoulder and a couple where he goes to his right. And this time he puts the ball on the floor and shows some quickness. A 6'10" player with some real quickness. Look at him get his head and shoulders down low and go hard to the basket.
There you saw the reach was on McFarland, number 40. Logie's free throw good. Logie, a 62% free throw shooter. Averaged nearly 22 a game for Morris this year.
Looked very smooth on those.
27-27 is our score. After the 2 free throws by Kevin Logie after Mark Johnson had given the Metro squad the lead with a couple of 3-pointers in a row. Collins puts it on the floor, draws a foul, no bucket, as Altoff tapped the rebound home, but we'll get a foul call on the Outstate. Klinkhammer picks it up. 2 free throw attempts here for Jason Collins. Collins misses on the first one. Metro team now 2 out of 3 at the line. And he sinks 1 out of 2. So Collins has 3 points on the night. 28-27. Metro team up by a point. Linneman pick and roll to Logie. Got through his hands though. Bates up with it for the Metro. Bates dishing left side to Althoff. Little pull up on the wing won't go. Mark Johnson in traffic and draws a foul.
Pretty good body control by Althoff, you know, for a 7-foot player to run the floor and catch the ball under control. And he got a good shot, got it up there soft. Didn't charge.
You'll see Linneman, number 4, picks up the foul on the rebound. And Johnson will go to the line. Misses on the free throw. Mark's team had a pretty nice, at least 2-game run, especially in the state tournament. They had back-to-back games, knocked off the number 1 team in Class A and then AA.
Yeah, they sure did. But I think people around the metro area knew pretty much the whole year long Minnehaha had a good team.
Lost just 1 game until the state semis. Logie, a nice move again, but missed it. 29-27 Metro. Steve Bates will stop and fire. Oh, and it spins out. Johnson, yeah, knocked it away from Logie. But Logie's able to get the outlet out to Solheim. Now Archambault. Nice dish to Linneman, but a great block by Collins.
That's kind of flurry that people come to watch. A great pass, a great block, and then a layup on a turnover. That's the first real flurry we've seen.
Johnson hangs in the air and scores. 9 points for Johnson.
Great job by the Metro team getting the ball reversed quick. Here's the fast break. No look pass. Great block, pins it to the board. Can't quite handle it. He's back to the outstate for a layup for Retzlaff.
Meinke fires from the top, no good. Dante Johnson rebounds. Both teams making wholesale changes once again. Stidman back in there at the point for the Metro. Neil Punt looking, now back out to Johnson. Punt down low to Lee, wheels into the lane and leaves it short. There's Stidman, another board. Stidman misses. And then it's Meinke for the outstate. Onstead wants to push. Pass deflected, a hand comes all the way back to Thompson, and he's fouled.
Metro foul, number 3, Matthew Lee, his first, 4th team foul.
Foul on Overski, I believe.
Number 25, Michael Thompson at the free throw line.
Thompson will shoot. Second free throw no good as well, and punt rebounds. Chad Overski will stop and fire, and he hits a 3. You could tell he wanted that shot. A couple dribbles before he pulled up.
Set it up, came across hard, and the pull-up jumper on top of the key for 3-pointer. That's an impressive shot.
34-29 for the Metro. Holthusen will pull up on that 3, and he hits. That's his 3rd tray of the game.
Showing some versatility. The first 2 were off a pass. That one is off a nice crossover dribble back to his left and scored off the dribble.
They wanted to force him left, and he made him pay. Almost had a steal there, but Overski got it back. Dante Johnson from deep leaves it short. Meinke pull up edge of the lane is good.
Nice move.
34-34. out of bounds. Metro team did not look very good on that possession. Overski had to turn his back to keep the defender away from him.
You know, if you can notice an advantage early maybe that the Outstate has, they have a couple of true point guards in Onstead and Archambault. And those two guys, you know, help them get set up in their offense. Maybe that's a little bit of an advantage early.
Just under 2 minutes to go now. First half tied up at 34 apiece. Metro in blue and the Outstate in white. Retzlaff will pull, or Klinkhammer, I'm sorry, pulls up and misses. Johnson the rebound, long outlet. Here's Neal, punt on the breakaway.
Good rebound and outlet pass, long outlet pass. Dante Johnson.
Neal punted, Division I signee at East Carolina. Oh, Holthausen has a pull up. Pass inside, knocked away from Thompson. It'll be Outstate basketball. Thompson got banged around pretty good. No foul call, but they will get the ball back. So look at Rich Decker, one of the Outstate coaches. Lob inbound for Meinke, and he tips it home. 36-36. Good close ball game here throughout this first half. Little runs for each team, but mostly a very tight ball game. Stidman with Onstead all over him.
Good pass inside.
Little turnaround, no good for punt. Rebound, no good for Lee. He'll kick it back out with a minute to go in the second quarter. Stidman finds Lee cutting baseline. Shot partially blocked by Klinkhammer. Outstate on the move. Onstead behind the back. Layup by Thompson. And the other way, Matthew Lee with authority.
Great back-to-back action in the last minute of the second quarter.
And Onstead will pull up and fire. No good. Saved into Lee. Here comes Neal Punt, who shows an ability to run the floor pretty well for a kid 6'8". Overski wants the deep one, and he leaves it short. Lee saves it, but it's right to Onstead. Outstate trying to retake the lead here. And here's Randy again. Yes! Fourth tray in this half for Randy Holthusen. Lee pull up at the end of the first half. Boy, great action here in this first half. And on the strength of that last three-pointer, the Outstate team will take a three-point lead at 41-38. Boy, some impressive performances here in this first half. As always, kids that come up and kind of step up and surprise you. And 4 3-pointers and a half, not too bad.
Yeah, he's really been fun to watch. You could hear the Metro coaches as soon as he spotted up going, shooter, shooter. And, you know, the Outstate guards found him, and he made the Metro pay 4 different times in the first half.
Well, Bill Conlon standing by. Let's go down to Bill with the Metro coaches.
Wendell, I've got two guys here, 39 years experience, 29 years experience of coaching. Right now, hey, you've got everything you could ask for and more in this game.
Yes, I think so. We're pleased. The kids are playing well.
Bob Erdman and Zig Calls. Bob, I guess, how much fun is this for you, certainly having retired now and do this in your kind of a last swan song?
Well, I tell you, it's fun coaching with Zig. That's a good way to finish it up.
How hard is it, though, to put these guys together in a short period of time and try to mold them into a unit?
Well, that's difficult. You only have 4 practices, but they've done a good job. They're doing a good job.
Okay, and it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's tremendously a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Bob. I'll let you get with them. And Zig, give me a sense of how fun this is. I know Bob and you go back a long way.
Well, that's been a thrill. This is the fun part of it, is to be with another coach that maybe does things a little differently than I would, but he's a terrific coach, and we've worked hard to get these guys to do some kind of a team play.
Right now, 41-38. It's been back and forth. I was a little surprised. I thought the Outstate might have the edge on paper, but you guys are proving me wrong.
Well, our kids have played pretty good team ball. We made a little bit of a mental error here at the end. Under 20 seconds, we shot an air ball. We kept it for the last shot. We'd be in business.
How much fun is this all-star setup for you and the players?
Well, it's really fun. The Outstate and the Metro, they room together, so they're buddies. They're warming up in each other's uniforms, and I saw one of the guys came out with a girls warm-up. Makes me worry here. What's going on?
All right, thanks, Sid. Go in there and get them going right now. Back up to Jay and Wendell.
All right, thanks very much. Two coaches who know each other pretty well and have coached against each other for a number of years. Now, we talked about how the Gophers have signed a couple of big kids from the North Woods country, Kyle Sandin and Kevin Logie. And before tonight's contest, Bill Conlon had a chance to speak with Kyle and Kevin.
Well, thanks, Jay. I'm joined by two of the biggest recruited players out of the state of Minnesota in a long time, and they're going to bring some big size to the Gophers next season. I'm with Kevin Logie and Kyle Sandin, and let's talk with Kyle first, the 6'10" guy out of Thief River Falls. And I guess first thing question comes to mind is, I know you've been asked many times, but how does it finally to feel like the high school year and the high school season is over?
I'm excited to get done with school and just get on to college. That's about
Did it go by fast?
Yeah, high school went by real fast. You know, I don't know where the time goes.
And you were a 4-year letter winner, as was Kevin. Does it seem like it's been 4 years, and can you hardly wait for the Gopher season to start?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it was 4 years, maybe like 2, but yeah, I'm real excited to head down to Minneapolis.
What is Clem and the guys, the coaches at the university, have they given you a thought of what you might be able to do for them next season, or is it too early to say? Or
it's kind of early to say, but they're looking, for some, offense, and just somebody big to fill up the middle.
Well, certainly here this weekend, you're having a chance to play on the All-Star weekend, and you and Kevin each have to play just once because you're only allowed so many All-Star games. But how fun is it to be getting to know this guy a little better? I know you've probably run into him many times, but is that a fun experience for you?
Yeah, we've been together for like the last maybe 3 years, and we'll probably be roommates down there. So, I'll get to know him a little bit better, and that's a good experience.
Is there a sense of competition between the two of you, or not necessarily, or is it it's pushing each other?
Yeah, it's more, trying to get each other better. We don't really compete against each other. We don't think about it that way. We just, we're good friends, and we just play hard.
And finally, what made you decide I want to be a Gopher, and what are, some of those players that are out there thinking maybe I should go to the U? What made it the decision for you easy?
Kind of him, committing early too. I wanted to play alongside him, and because we played, for years together, and we tore it up a little bit once in a while. So I didn't want to play against him, so I may as well play with him.
All right, so we could have another Twin Towers, and let's talk to the other guy here, Kevin. I guess first off, give me a sense of your thoughts on has the career gone by too fast?
It went by quick, playing 4 years in the high school, and time just flies. I mean, I had a great time, I had fun, and the season just flew by. And now we just got to go on to college, and hopefully, that may take a little longer, and hopefully it does. This high school is so much fun, it went too fast. Hopefully college is the same way.
In this high school all-star game, how fun is this for you? I know for both of you, you each get to play just once, but certainly fun to be with these guys and kind of carry the Metro against the Outstate and try to hold up the Outstate's side of things?
This is a great opportunity for both teams. I mean, you meet a lot of guys, you play against a lot of great players, supposedly the 10 best players on each team in the state, and it's a lot of fun, and you go out, you play your hardest, and hopefully things go your way, and of course we're going to be playing for the Outstate, and we're going to go out and hopefully get a big win tonight.
All right. Your thoughts on certainly going to Minnesota was, like Kyle said, maybe were there reasons was that another reason that maybe you went because he went too?
Yeah, I think we talked it over before, and we had kind of kept our plan straight, and we knew we'd like to go to school together somewhere, and being Minnesota was home, and they're a team I think that both Kyle and I can help out, maybe not right away next year, but in the years to come we can spell John and Trevor next year hopefully and get some playing time and hopefully help out the team.
What's your most special memory from your high school career?
I'd have to say it's our battles with New London Spicer. We've always had great games with New London. They've been big rivals. Jamie and I have gotten to be great friends over the years, and we've just had a lot of fun playing those guys. I'd have to say it'd be New London.
Okay, and now you get to make some memories with the Gophers, and how special is that?
It's going to be a great experience. It's going to be going in the Big Ten, playing against excellent guys, and the Gophers are going to be a great, it's going to be one big happy family. The guys are great, we've met the players, and the coaches are great. I think it should be a good 4 or 5 years. We should have a good time.
All right, Gopher fans have something to look forward to with these two 6'10" guys from the Outstate. And yes, the Outstate certainly seems to have the advantage with also Russ Archambault from Sartell. Well, that's going to do it from here. We'll be back with more coverage of the State High School All-Star Game from St. Cloud after this. Stay with us.
Cable 12 News is really the only complete source of news and information that viewers in the northwest suburbs can get.
We're really good at covering the stories that people in this area care about.
The staff at Cable 12 News lives in the community. We cover the northwest suburbs and we live in the northwest suburbs. And I think in that sense you get a different perspective on the stories that are affecting your lives that you don't get from other stations.
Remember, Cable 12 News is the one to turn to.
I'm with Outstate coach Rich Hupp of Fulda, 22 years of coaching. This one has gotten everything here. We've got a great game.
Yeah, it's a good ball game. I think if we could control the boards a little better, it'd be a better ball game for us, but it's a good ball game. Kids are playing hard both ends, and it's a lot of fun to see those kind of athletes on the floor.
Are you seeing some of your stuff working too? I know you only have a couple days to practice and implement something. Do you see some of that working?
Some of it works. Actually, it works real well when we do it, but there are times we get away from the things that we should be doing, and that's going to happen in this type of situation. But for the most part, if they do the things that we talked about in practice, it works pretty well.
On paper, you've got three soon-to-be Gophers. Only two of them play tonight, but you seem to have the talent edge. But right now, it's anybody's game.
Hey, it's a team game. You don't make it with individual talent, and we have to do some team things a little better, especially rebounding on the defensive glass.
How fun has this been?
It's been a great fun. Yeah, it's something I wish every coach could get a chance to do because these kids are great, and the whole situation is great. The town's been great. The St. Cloud State has just been great, and it's just been a lot of fun. I can't say it enough.
All right, thanks, Rich. Appreciate it. Let's go back up to Jay and Wendell.
Thanks very much, Bill and Rich. 41-38 in that first half. The scoring leader for the Outstate All Stars, as we talked about at the end of the half, Randy Holthusen of Red Lake. 4 3-pointers, a total of 12 points. 8 points for Lance Meincat of Lake City and 6 for Jason Retzlaff of Fergus Falls. And for the Metro team, 9 points for Mark Johnson from Minnehaha Academy, their scoring leader, and 5 points for Chad Overski, and then a number of players with 4 points apiece. And obviously, as much as anything, organizers and coaches hope for a close game, and we've definitely gotten that so far.
Yeah, it's been a fun game. It's been entertaining, and like we say, it's been close. And there's another rebound for Stedman. He's been on the board stuff for the Metro. They can't get it to go this time. Holthusen not only made 4 3-pointers, he only took 4 3-pointers, so it's pretty hot shooting, 4 for 4.
Outstate shooting percentage in that first half, 51%. Metro only at 38. And there's Russ Archambault hitting a 2-pointer. He has 6 points. Right back the other way comes Dwayne Totley. High off the glass and no good. And here come the Outstate All Stars.
Logie made him change that shot a little bit.
Lerberg coming in to get a hand on it. On the court for the Outstate to start the second half, 33 Jason Retzlaff, 53 John Solheim, 44 Kevin Logie, 4 Tom Linneman, 3 Russ Archambault, the same group that started the night for the Outstate. And Althoff gets the better of Logie on that one as he swats it. For the Metro team out there, we have 10 is Dwayne Totley, 14 John Stidman, 32 Andy Lerberg, 33 Dante Johnson, and 52 and Nate Althoff. In for Logie, Johnson got a piece of it, and Johnson with the steal. All the way and lays it in.
Found myself cheering here a little bit for the Metro. My apologies to any Outstate fans. Great hustle play by Dante Johnson. When they make a great play like that, you want him to make the shot.
3-point attempt for Retzlaff, no good. Althoff comes up with the rebound. Here's Andy Lerberg. 43-40, Outstate in the lead. Stidman pull-up jumper, way off target. Totley rebounds and then lost the handle.
We've seen that a few times for the Metro this evening. They've had some offensive rebound and loose ball opportunities. They haven't quite handled the ball. That may be a difference in the game at this point.
How tough, when you, from your experience in this game, how tough have kids found it to get used to not playing nearly as much as they would in a normal game?
Well, I think most of them are pretty good about it. I think it's, you know, it doesn't bother them, you know, as far as their egos as much as it bothers them kind of getting into the flow of games. You know, these guys are all used to playing 32 minutes in a game. They may not play quite as loose, and as soon as they kind of get warmed up, then it's somebody else's turn. So I think that affects them maybe a little bit. Things like fumbling the ball, that may happen more often than it would otherwise.
We saw the miss by Logie, and then he fouled Althoff trying to get the rebound back. Totally into the lane, and his pass knocked away. Gets it back, though. Metro wants to reset it here. Johnson. 43-40, Outstate up by 3. Is Metro a chance to tie? Down low to Lerberg. Nice feed to Althoff, but he backed away from the hoop. He does score the bucket, but I have a feeling Rick Majerus will not tell him to do what he did just there.
Well, that may be something they work on.
Inside, here's Logie straight at the glass, and that's why you want to go at the bucket. He draws a foul on the play.
What he did do on that shot, though, I think, is he got his balance, and that's an important thing for the big players to not shoot it until they're unbalanced. And if it helped him get his balance to take a step back, that maybe helped him make the shot.
Logie at the free throw line. His team up by a point, 43-42. Everybody in Minnesota is known for quite a while that Kevin was a very good ball player. I think he really opened some eyes, though, at some summer camps. From what I understand, he played extremely well in some of the camps where elite players from throughout the country were on hand.
Well, he combines some physical strength with some quick moves, and I think that's the thing you don't see in a lot of young players that are 6'10". You don't see that kind of quickness.
Stidman to Johnson, former rivals in the City Conference, combined on a play there.
Another nice hustle play by Andy Lerberg. Second time we've seen him tip a pass away, hustling back on defense. You realize that these players are more than just offensive players. They're complete players.
Stidman nearly had a steal there as Retzlaff tried to give it back to Russ Archambault. And that inbound in between a couple of players. Stidman comes away with it. Stidman to the hole and fouled by Archambault. His second. Stidman will go to the free throw line.
Team foul number 3, Russ Archambault, his second team foul.
Stidman will play college ball at Southwest State. And he talked about these guys, a lot of them being such good athletes. There's a lot of specialization, so there are quite a few that play basketball only, but Stidman, conference MVP in football last fall.
You can see why. He's got a great athletic body. He's very quick and very strong.
Lerberg got the rebound, tried to go inside to Althoff, but off his hands and out of play. 45-43, Metro team up by 2. Lead has changed hands throughout this contest here tonight. We're in the third quarter, nearly midway through, 4:35 to go. Archambault's spinning jumper, no good. And Dante Johnson boards it for the Metro.
Metro started a little quicker lineup here the second half, having Totally and Stidman both in the game at the same time. I think that's helped them.
Linneman will go to the reverse to score it. Tom Linneman out of Melrose, his first field goal. He has 3 points total. Lerberg puts it on the floor, switches to the left hand, no good. And bounces around, knocked out by Althoff. And back to Totally. He'll take a 3, and he hits.
Got a whistle for substitution here. The referees do have the, they stop the play as close as the 4-minute mark as they can, so that people can play an equal amount of time.
And the Metro team will use a timeout here. They're ahead 48-45. right now in tonight's ball game. At halftime, it was 41-38 for the Outstate.
He sets the pick. We got to reverse it to Michael. So run the reverse. Swen sets the pick, and let's reverse the darn thing down where we're supposed to. Okay? No, Martin, you set it. Because now you're running a free spot. Martin's going to set the pick on the reverse. After that, we go one option. Take your time and be patient.
Well, Michael Thompson's going to be a recipient, it sounds like, on the offensive end for the Outstate All Stars. Haven't really touched on it too much here tonight, but again, this game is seniors only. So if you're wondering why you don't see a Khalid Elamine out here, that would be the reason. It's for the best senior players from the class of 1996.
And this is a great player, Mitch Onstead, the player from Faribault, who I think many people thought Faribault might make it into the state tournament this year. And you know, he's been playing for Faribault since he was an 8th grader, and ended up 3rd in the all-time scoring list in Minnesota history. Great player. We had the opportunity to let him beat us in the Faribault tournament.
Collins, nice stop and go move again to the bucket. Jason Collins, very smooth player, and then the Outstate stepped over the end line on the inbound. So Metro will have it. Mark Johnson to inbound. He had a nice second quarter. 9 points. Neil Punt out of Chaska quickly drains a jumper. He has 6 in the game for the Metro squad, and they've built their biggest lead now, 52-45.
We've also managed to kind of quiet this crowd down.
Meinke around a pick. He'll take the jumper. Spins off. Matt Lee rebounds. Mark Johnson kind of alone for now, and he'll hold it up.
Good patience.
Mark Johnson launches another 3. He has a little bit of an awkward looking shot, but it definitely goes down.
It ends up looking pretty good.
And he has 12. 55-45 lead for the Metro. And the Outstate team asks for a quick timeout.
We're going to see Johnson's shot here. And like Jay said, there's a little bit of a hitch in his shot, but it does end up pretty nice. He gets great arc in his shot and great rotation, and so the finish is what's the important part, not necessarily how he gets to the shot release.
Let's keep moving, y'all. Play the team together.
Always tough, no matter how good the players are, to get everybody on the same page so quick. And they talked about make sure we play together there at the end of that huddle. And I think the Metro team at times has looked a little out of sync, but for the most part have done a very good job. And that's why they're with this 10-point lead in terms of working the ball around. Different combinations work better together sometimes. But
well, they've really hustled, I think. They've really gone after the ball and the rebounds and loose balls. That hustle will get you a lot of good things.
Michael Thompson, pull-up jumper, 6 points for him.
Michael Thompson.
Turnover, and the Outstate coming the other way. Onstead then lost the handle courtesy of Jason Collins. It will be Outstate basketball. And you were talking about Mitch Onstead. When I put together little stat cards on these guys, his numbers just unbelievable. One of the things that jumped out at me the most was in the last 4 years, from his freshman year on, he's had at least one game where he scored more than 40 points. As a freshman, as a sophomore, as a junior. Here's a steal for Collins. Trying to go to Lee. Onstead, though, knocked it away.
Good defensive skill by Onstead that time.
And Lee knocks it from him. Bates ahead. Here's Matthew Lee to hammer it home.
Metro's having fun right now. Those kids are hooting and hollering a little bit. We saw an unselfish play there too. Bates could have maybe taken it himself, but he pushes the ball ahead for the dunk.
Second monster jam in the game for Lee. Led his team into the state tournament, and he still has to be thinking, what if Elamine hadn't drained that shot? St. Thomas could have been possibly a state champion. Klinkhammer chases down his own miss. Cross court, Lance Meinke going to the glass, no good. Swenson trying to take it up in traffic, had it stripped away.
Matthew Lee wants another dunk. He was kind of releasing early there. He left Mark Johnson in there to rebound against 4 guys by himself.
Metro up by 10. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Onstead to the baseline, out to Thompson, 15-footer. It's good.
Uh-oh. Buck got sloppy with the pass there.
Mark Johnson out left side, now to Lee. Johnson trapped behind the glass, has to kick it out. Neal punt. Pretty good defensive sequence here by the Outstate. And they nearly got a steal. Johnson has to save it out to Bates. Metro by 8. And kicked by Martin Klinkhammer.
The Outstate definitely has picked it up defensively. They're working a little bit harder than they were earlier in the quarter, and it's making it tougher for the Metro to get a good look at the basket.
Lee out to Collins, blocked by Meinke. Collins gets it back, spots Lee, and he lays it in, and a foul. Great pass by Jason Collins.
Another unselfish play by a Metro player. He had an open 3, but he spotted his teammate for a layup.
Watch how quick Lee puts this one up, too. He knows they're coming. Thompson called for the foul. Free throw too hard, though, for Matt Lee. He has 8 points in the game. 10-point lead for the Metro squad. Down low, and Swenson misses. Thompson misses the follow after a great feed by Onstead, and then we have a foul call against Mark Johnson. I didn't think Onstead saw him, and then all of a sudden it was in a hurry down low.
Onstead sees a lot of things that other players don't see.
Onstead will play for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo next year. Meinke misses, but Swenson's there for the board. 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Onstead will pull up and misses. Thompson there for the rebound, draws a foul.
This lineup for the Metro is having some trouble in the defensive boards. Give credit to the Outstate team, Swenson and Thompson. Klinkhammer all hitting the boards hard.
Thompson hits. Well, the players fill out biographies, and they're asked to list the other sports they've played. I'm pretty sure Michael's the only one that has rugby on his list.
Probably. But it's probably made him more aggressive, too.
He has 10 points now, 6 of them in this third quarter. 59-51, Metro team in the lead. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Collins down the middle, charged. So Outstate will get it back with 6.3 seconds and a chance to cut into the Metro lead further.
Yeah, they really kind of held him off here the last couple 3 minutes. Good job by the Outstate.
Onstead will go to the bucket, and he draws a foul against Steve Bates.
Metro foul number 25, Steve Bates, his first.
Called the foul before the shot. They were kind of, the Outstate coaches and Mitch Onstead are all asking for free throws, but officials ruled otherwise.
2 seconds to go. Inbound to Swenson. Lee blocked it. Thompson had a block by Johnson, but a foul call on that last play against Mark Johnson. So we'll have free throws for Michael Thompson. He'll be out on the court all by himself here. We've not quite reached the end of the third quarter yet. Thompson will be shooting free throws.
Team foul number 6. Number 25, Michael Thompson at the free throw line.
Thompson's free throw good. He missed a couple in the second quarter, but now 3 out of 3 here in the third. and now misses the second one. So now we've reached the end of the third quarter, and our score is the Metro team leading at 59-52. A good quarter, certainly, for the Metro squad.
Yes, it was. They, especially the first group that was out there.
And let's go downstairs now to Bill Conlon.
Joined by the president of the Coaches Association, the Boys Coaches Association of Minnesota, Daryl Olchays, also a 21-year head coach at Melrose. Your thoughts on first the All-Star game? What fun it is?
Oh, it's great action out there tonight. Just think about a month ago, all these guys were playing in high school programs somewhere in Minnesota, and the action is just fast-paced and just some terrific basketball players out there.
One last quick question. 4-class system. Your thoughts on it? Everybody's been talking about it. You're probably getting a lot of heat or not. I don't know.
Well, we've created a lot of interest, that's for sure. It just shows that Minnesota is a great basketball state, and we just have to give it time and see what happens. The basic idea was that some of the smaller schools felt that they just weren't getting an opportunity to play in the tournament. And that's where it originated. We're going to see what happens. I think we got a lot of interest in the state of Minnesota in basketball, and hopefully it goes from there.
You think that'll increase the attendance, or is that hard to tell?
I don't know. I mean, who knows right now? We're fighting a lot of things, the NCAA and a bunch of other things.
All right. Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for stopping by. Let's go back upstairs.
Thanks, Bill. We saw a hoop for Andy Lerberg of the Metro at one end, and then a great move by Russ Archambault of the Outstate at the other. And that'll be a goaltending call against Logie. Give the bucket to Stu McFarland.
Well, Archambault's shot was an impressive one over Althoff, a 6-footer shooting a jump shot over a 7-footer, drawing nothing but net.
This one a pretty clear-cut goaltend on the way down there. Logie got up. McFarland gets his second field goal. 63-54. Metro team in the lead now. Archambault falling away for three. Boy, he's getting hot here in this quarter already as the first 5 points for the Outstate. And the lead is down to 6. Oh, Archambault nearly picks Stidman. Johnson from the corner, and he hits. That's a 3 for Dante Johnson of Edison High School. Has 10 points.
Shoots it quick.
66-57 for the Metro team. Leading scorers through 3 quarters for the Outstate, 12 for Randy Holthusen and 11 for Michael Thompson, and now also 11 for Archambault. And for the Metro squad, 12 points for Mark Johnson and 8 for Lee, now 10 for Dante Johnson after that last 3-pointer. There you saw McFarland stepping out. Timeout taken by the Metro, so we'll have free throws coming after the timeout here. 66-57.
I'm not sure what they're talking about in there, but I know that the Outstate went to a different offensive set, and that's given them a little bit of trouble. They're going to kind of a 1-4 high post type of offense, and that's a different look than they were giving in the first half. So maybe they're trying to make some adjustments to that. That's why they called the timeout.
.609 to play in tonight's contest. Well, we had a chance to hear from Daryl about the 4-class system. What kind of reaction are you getting from the coaches that you've talked to?
Well, I think that, it's people are kind of disappointed that the Sweet 16 didn't get more of a chance. I think we saw, in the 2 years of the experiment, we saw some great big, small type matchups, and I think that's what people really kind of wanted. But the very small schools in the state of Minnesota did feel like they weren't getting a chance, and this way I think they'll have that opportunity. And I think the super sectional kind of game, the first round of the state tournament played at different sites across the state, that could draw a lot of interest and actually increase interest overall in the tournament.
Linneman was fouled taking a 3-pointer, so he's at the line for 3 here. He knocks the first 2 down.
Yeah, that's one of the rules. You always say never foul the 3-point shooter.
And then the rebound comes back to him, goes to Logie, but Althoff erased it, and then Logie scores. Well, a great play by each of the big men there as Althoff blocked the first shot, and then Logie stayed right with it and got the left-hand layup. 66-61, Archambault a steal, and then fouled by Andy Lerberg.
Natural foul, number 32, Andy Lerberg.
And it was an unpopular call.
They would have rather either they let him go or else it should be an intentional foul because Lerberg just reached out and grabbed him to keep him from getting to it.
Archambault wanted another chance for his dunk contest. Be a curtain call.
Free throw good.
Outstate coming with some full court pressure.
And they've they've cut the lead to 3, 66-63. They've been 10 points on a couple of occasions. Johnson over to McFarland. Knocked away, but a foul on Archambault. His third.
I think all of Archambault's fouls have been when he's come off his man to help against people driving the basket. He's a great help defensive player.
Inbound picked off by Russ. He'll shoot the pull-up J, no good. Johnson rebounds out to Stidman. Stidman slipped, but he still gets the layup to go. And the good news is John also not injured on the play. Pull-up jumper good by Jason Retzlaff.
Retzlaff's not a flashy player, but he sure makes the best of his opportunities. He gets a chance to score, he knocks it in.
68-65 lead for the Metro. Lerberg, good feed into McFarland posting and fouled by Martin Klinkhammer. That'll be his second, and Stu McFarland will head to the stripe. McFarland basically missed all of last year, as we heard, with an ankle injury while trying to dunk, as we got the inside scoop from his high school teammate.
Well, he's evidence to young players that even if you're not a star, you know, in 10th, 11th grade, that there's still an opportunity for you to improve, and kids grow at different rates and mature at different rates. And a guy like Stu McFarland goes from a non-player to an all-star in 1 year, and it tells you never to give up.
Also an academic all-state pick, 3.89 grade point average. Archambault to the left hand.
He's pretty much brought him back into the game.
Reporting the Outstate All Stars, number 55, J.D. Swinson, number 12, and
Kind of got the feeling that Russell said, all right, it's time to play ball now later in this game.
Yeah, he's picked it up a notch. The fact that they were pressing full court helped him too.
Pull up is good for Andy Lerberg, his second bucket in this quarter. 72-67. And Stidman got a piece of that one, knocks it away, and Dante Johnson up with it. Pull-up jumper is good. Looked kind of ragged, but it goes for Dante Johnson. He has 12.
He managed to gain control right at the end and shoot it soft.
Wanted another three there. Instead, over to Mikey, who misses. McFarland rebounds.
Got away with a double dribble there.
Yeah, he did. I thought so too, and Rich Decker got him to point that out.
I think his teammate ran right between him and the official right when he did it.
McFarland lost the handle, gets it back, and no good as Thompson up with the rebound. Thompson had it knocked away, and then he didn't realize the ball was still right behind him. Johnson trying to feed it into Althoff, tied up by Swenson. And let's see, I think the Metro is going to use a timeout.
Well, let's see if they, what did we say, about 65 years of coaching experience, see if they can run an out-of-bounds play here that gets them a basket.
Their third, they have one remaining.
Don't know if that's why they called the timeout, but might be a guess.
Number 5, Mark Johnson. Number 10, Dwayne Goldley. And number 34, Chad Overski.
Get through. And then move that ball, will come back to the top of the side. If it's not there, reverse it. We're on a 1-1.
Well, Bill Conlon is sitting by with one of the All-Stars who's not in uniform tonight, Kyle Sandin.
Thanks, guys. Well, Kyle, I know it's tough for you to be sitting here watching the game. Certainly, we've gone over that. Tell the people out there why you can't play in both games.
I'll be playing in a National All-Star game in Fort Wayne, Indiana in April, at the end of April, so you're only allowed 2 games, and they decided to have Kevin play 1 game and this one, and I'll be playing tomorrow night.
One of the most talented cheerleaders you're able to see out on the bench. How fun is it? Kind of hard to do this?
I'm used to it. I missed 7 games this year, so it's nothing unusual for me. But it's fun to just sit and kind of root on the guys.
And you're getting a lot of autographs down here too, Kyle. You're kind of helping the other guys keep their concentration. Thanks a lot. Good job.
Thanks.
Let's go back to you guys.
Put back the bucket there for Chad Overski. He has 7 points in tonight's game, 76-67 for the Metro. Onstead fires, and that's the first bucket for Onstead. That was a 3-pointer. Now Bates hanging in the air, no good. Thompson rebounds. Here comes the Outstate. Onstead pushing it off the glass and no good. Onstead saving it. Yeah, I guess he didn't. He was on the line as he tried to bat it in.
Took a tough shot that time.
I don't think he wanted to shoot. I think he had a passing angle in mind, but it was taken away just as he was about to do it. 76-70. Lee a little trouble with the handle. And he lost it out of bounds.
And we're going to see Russ Archambault back in the game again. And now for the first time we'll see Onstead and Archambault together.
Yep. Pretty good guard pair.
And Holtby's in there too. They're going to have some real firepower.
Swenson back to Onstead after the inbound, and foul on Bates as he reached in.
Metro foul number 25, Steve Bates, his second, 19 fouls.
With the big-time quickness of Mitch Onstead there. And the Outstate team pretty much going with a quick lineup. Thompson 6'7", and Swenson 6'5", but beyond that they've got 3 guards in the game, and my guess is they're going to come with some pressure and try to make the pace quick here against the Metro team.
Overski taking it to the bucket. Nice hoop for Chad Overski. He's come out aggressive again here in this 4th quarter. 6-point Metro lead, 78-72. Totley is able to knock it free. Totley runs it down. Turnaround is good.
Totley's got some quickness of his own. Only the second time I've seen him play, but he's a great player.
Randy Holthausen from deep, no good. Lee knocks it out of bounds. Well, he finally missed a 3-pointer after going 4 for 4 in that first half, and now the Outstate wants a timeout with 2:06 to play, and they trail by 8 at 80-72.
Well, the Metro made a couple answers to the run there. The nice drive to the basket by Overski, and then to come back with a turnover and get the basket by Totley. They had it to within 4. They got themselves a little bit of breathing room here now, but imagine the Outstate team is really going to try to shoot quick, penetrate, and hit the 3-point opportunities, and then press defensively and try to get as many chances with the ball as they can with 2 minutes to go and down 8. They do have to be a little bit careful fouling because they don't. They've got a couple fouls to give, so maybe they have to foul early, otherwise they won't get the team in the bonus.
Yeah, the team fouls right now 9 on the Metro and 5 on the Outstate. Trying to break a tie in this series, 10 wins apiece since they started the Metro and Outstate format.
One of the thoughts for next year with four classes, possibly adding more players to this game, giving more kids an opportunity to play. And that's been discussed, and I think will be continued to be discussed throughout the summer and be determined sometime this summer how they're going to do that.
Well, I don't get a vote, but I'd vote against it. I think the way they have it right now is pretty special. Archambault lays it in. 80-74. And there's a steal for Russell Archambault. Pull-up jumper is good. Boy, he's taking this game over here late. Pulls his club to within 4. He has 13 points in this quarter, 19 for the game.
Keep possession for the Metro.
Mark Johnson all the way, and he scores and draws a foul.
And Mark Johnson's really been a key player for the Metro team. He's done a great job, boy, offensively, defensively, rebounding, blocking shots. You know, he doesn't look like the great player. He's very slender, but stronger than he looks, obviously, able to take the ball to the basket and get the three-point opportunity.
Foul went against Logie. 14 points now for Mark Johnson. Has a twin brother that also played for Minnehaha Academy. I would guess he's probably here tonight. Knocked out by Logie, and the Metro team will get it. 1:30 to play, and they lead by 6. Knocked away, but Johnson gets it back. Out for Overski. Now Bates. Outstate really looking to attack on the perimeter. Archambault got a piece of the ball but couldn't come up with the steal. And Metro using another timeout here.
Both teams go on to quicker type lineups, taking their bigger players out. And with the exception of Logie, the Outstate with a very quick team on the floor. And for a big man, I could qualify that too. Logie's got pretty decent quickness too.
1 minute 12 seconds left on the clock, and an 82-76 lead here for the Metro All Stars. They've had the lead to 10 at various points in the second half, but the Outstate team has closed it down to 4 a couple of times late here, but Metro doing a pretty good job of answering just when it seems like they've kind of lost the momentum. They've always seemed to have a bucket to answer.
And some of the lesser known players, like we talked about before the game, Mark Johnson, Chad Overski, Dwayne Totley, those guys have come through and made some key buckets for the Metro when they really needed him. Archambault has been a tremendous force in the fourth quarter.
One-man wrecking crew in the fourth quarter of this game. Bates will inbound here for the Metro All Stars. Hope you enjoyed tonight's action. Once again, here are the All-Star games on Cable 12 Sports. Johnson to Bates, tried to trap him in the corner, but he saw it coming. Over to Totley. They're in no hurry to shoot here.
1 minute remains.
Minute to go, and there's a foul on Archambault. That'll be his 4th, but wanted to put all kinds of pressure on.
Steve Bates, the Park player, is a strong physical guard. In these kinds of situations where you're fighting through double teams, you know, provided he can be a good free throw shooter, he's the kind of guy you want to have handle the ball in those situations.
Number 25, Michael Thompson reports to the Outstate All Stars.
Bates about a 65% free thrower. A very good football player as well. Missed here on the free throw. Logie yanks it down. Onstead to Thompson, gathers himself and was fouled by Mark Johnson. He just couldn't hold up his momentum on the baseline. That'll be his 4th, and it'll mean 2 free throws for Michael Thompson.
Metro foul number 5. Mark Johnson, his 4th personal, 10th team foul.
Good pump fake there by Thompson. Got Johnson off balance a little bit. Gave him a chance to beat him on the baseline.
Thompson now with 12 points in the contest, tying Holthusen for second on their club.
Big free throw gives the Outstate a chance to set up their press. And they're coming with the full court pressure and going to double team right away. And they fouled Bates again. You know, you wonder if you foul the guy who just missed, if that's a good thing, or maybe because he had a chance to practice the time before, maybe you should foul somebody who hasn't been to the line. But
Linneman gets the foul, and Bates right back to that line. .9 left, 82-78. And Bates misses again. Neil Punto rebounds, and then Thompson grabs it. 4-point game as the Outstate hits the front court. Onstead taking it at the defense and draws a foul, and if it's on Mark Johnson, that'll be his 5th. Yeah, it is.
National foul number 5, Mark Johnson. That's his 5th personal.
well, the free throw contest continues here. Very difficult to defend a player like Onstead or Archibald when they're going full speed down the court. You can't really let him score, and you don't want to foul, but you know he's just going to drive it to the basket as hard as he can. Something's got to give. In this case, he drew the foul. And when you're behind, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for an opportunity to score at the clock stopped. Mark Johnson fouls out. He was an impressive performer. Maybe an MVP type performer for the Metro team.
Onstead 5 points in the game, all in this quarter. Kind of an unusual free throw style, and he misses both. Logie, though, rebounds and scores. 82-80, Metro by 2, and Overski is fouled by Thompson.
Outstate foul number 25, Michael Thompson, his 2nd. That's 19 fouls.
After having trouble clearing the long rebound, he tips up. Comes loose, and Logie in the right spot catches it and sticks it back.
Much like what happened at the other end where we saw punt rebound. It's not an automatic that the defensive team is going to be able to rebound on a missed free throw. You got to get in there and get position. And there's punt again. He knocked Logie out of the way. But that Outstate will get the ball and then get a timeout.
Well, it looks like a great finish here, Jay. The big play that time by Tom Linneman from Melrose. He as punt pivoted away with the rebound. He stepped in and slapped it away. And as they retrieved the ball, they gave the Outstate called timeout. 27 seconds to go.
Be interesting to see if their intention is to hold the ball and try and take a 3 to win it, maybe, or if they attack the basket right away. Down 2, you would think that a good shot would be taken no matter what time it came.
I don't think they have the mentality of the type of team or type of player that's going to hold the ball. I think Mitch Onstead and Archibald and Linneman are the kind of kids that are going to look to score right away. And you really do. You want to give yourself as many chances to win as possible. I think it's a good move. You don't want to force a shot, but you want to shoot as early as you can.
Metro will come with a little token pressure. Now they back off, and Onstead brings it to the front court here. You would have to think they'll be looking for Mr. Russ Archambault here. 18 seconds. Oh, and it got through Linneman and out of play, and Metro will have it. 15 seconds to go.
You know, everybody was looking for Archibald, and Linneman was open. They had substituted him in, set up the three-point opportunity.
Inbounded to Overski. Now Dwayne Totley to Bates, and went to punt, and he was fouled on the pass. Bates was, so he'll go to the free throw line.
9.5 seconds to go, and Bates has already missed a couple. He'll get 2 shots this time, which should help him. He can almost ice the game if he makes them both.
Bates, though, 0 for 2 at the line late in this game. And misses again.
And they keep getting tougher now.
Yeah, the first time you go up there, you might be fairly relaxed, but when you've missed 3 in a row. And he knocks down the second one. So that makes it a 3-point game, 83-80, and Outstate will take a timeout with 9.5 seconds up on the big clock here at Hollenbeck Hall. It's become an interesting strategy match down the stretch here between 4 veteran coaches and obviously players who are used to doing some big things late in games.
The Outstate substituted and put in Randy Holters.
Mitch is coming straight up the gut. You take it out for him and get your butt up there. We got more than enough time. All right? If you don't have a wide open 3, take a dribble and get yourself out.
There's a down screen, go back up because 2 points is not going to do any good. So make that switch. It doesn't make any difference if there's a mismatch. Just get up on top of it. Got it?
Call him out.
Well, Bob Erdman obviously telling his kids there that they need a 3. We want to make sure that you don't let somebody down pick and get an open 3. It doesn't matter really if they have you beat inside.
Exactly. They look to them to maybe be switching on the screens. Here comes Onstead.
Drops it off to Russ Archambault. Pulls up for 3. No good. Batted out. Linneman will get a crack at it.
And he hits it.
Unbelievable. Crowd on their feet as Linneman buries a 3 to tie it up. And we will have overtime.
It happens more often than you realize. That's where you get the 3-pointer. It's not normally off the set play because the defense is expecting it. It's after long rebound or loose ball. And somebody just happens to kind of be standing there. Linneman is in the right place. Got plenty of arc in the shot and knocked it in.
Well, it's been a very close game all the way through, and maybe fitting here as we'll have OT. Let's look at this last play again.
Archibald takes the shot. It bounces up in the air.
Well, there was close to being a foul on that last play, too, although that would have taken a lot of guts, I guess, to call that. But Collins, I think it was, came leaping out at him.
That's maybe not the kind of foul you see called at the buzzer. Had he missed the shot, it might have been interesting. They might have called it and given him the 3 free throws.
So they'll put 4 minutes up on the clock here, a 4-minute overtime session. We're tied at 83 apiece.
Well, it's more playing time for some of the players and more for the money for some of the fans here. It's been an entertaining game.
For the Outstate, Solheim, Swenson, Logie, Meinke, and Onstead. They come with a little bigger group. And the Metro team, McFarland, Johnson, Totley, Lee, and Althoff. Baseline pull-up. Ryan Smeinke drills it. He has 10. 85-83, a first Outstate lead in a long while. Coach is really sticking with the rotation as far as playing time because they take Linneman and Archambault out of the game, 2 big factors late. Got a foul call there on Logie, and that'll be his 5th. Well, I'll have to take back what I said earlier about you don't foul out of all-star games. That's the second kid who has. Mark Johnson did for the Metro earlier.
Both of them key players. We don't get rebound statistics, but my guess is that Logie's been the leading rebounder for the Outstate, and I think Mark Johnson probably was for the Metro team. So that's hurt them. Obviously, it hurt the Metro team rebounding late in that game not to have Johnson now.
Althoff at the free throw line, shooting 2. 4 points in the game, and he misses here. I think certainly, although they both have had their moments, I think Logie, the more polished player at this point in his career than than Altoff, who Altoff's a little bit bigger. And talking to one of the coaches before the game, and they said he's the type of kid who just keeps getting better and better. You wait 2 more years or 3 more years, and he'll really be a player.
Yeah, he does. He's got a great frame. He's got, he's going to put on weight and gain strength.
There's a kick by Dante Johnson. 85-84 for the Outstate All Stars.
Another thing I noticed about Altoff is he runs the floor so well. He gets up and down the court very well, and that's a big factor for the college player to be able to do.
I think he certainly, you talked about he'll add some weight. I think he could stand to get a little bit more aggressive too. There's a great play by Altoff there though. Lee knocked Onstead down and no foul. And Johnson will come up with it. Metro a chance to lead.
Yeah, that might have been a foul that wasn't called that time too.
Totally. Over Onstead, it rolls in.
Onstead with the near steal. When he didn't get the steal, that gave Totally a chance to drive for the pull-up jumper.
And that gives the Metro team the lead, 86-85. We're in overtime here, 2:35 to play of a 4-minute overtime. Metro led throughout the second half until a buzzer-beating, game-tying three-pointer. Lance Meinke drains a three. He has 13 points in tonight's game. 88-86 Outstate.
All 5 points in the overtime. For Meinke, the Lake City player who broke Randy Brewer's scoring records.
McFarland lobbing down low. Altoff missed it. Johnson, though, comes up with it. Dante Johnson, fadeaway no good. McFarland rebounds, scores, and draws a foul.
The players have really picked it up, and it helps them some that they haven't had to play the whole game now, because those players that are in it are a little bit fresher, but boy, they're really playing hard. Tough shot by Johnson, but great position by McFarland. Great strength to get the ball back into the basket when he gets fouled.
Klinkhammer picked up his 3rd foul on the play. Now we get some changes here as the three-point gunners come back in. Linneman, Archambault, and Holthusen. Free throw good for McFarland. Now Collins reports back in for the Metro. 89-88, Metro lead now after that three-point play by Stu McFarland out of Mounds View. Pick and roll. Thompson missed it. Wide open, and he left it short.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, perfect setup. But he just was out maybe a little further than he thought when he took off. Collins crossover move, but short on the jumper. And Thompson rebounds. Lee stole it, but Linneman up with it. Outstate down by a point. Thompson fake, and then blocked by Altoff. And rebounded by Dante Johnson for the Metro. Lee, a nice catch. And his back pass is deflected. Getting kind of wild right now. Linneman up with it. And he gives it away. 3-on-1. Alley-oop for Johnson. He scores.
Good pass by Jason Collins.
91-88. Metro by 3. Archambault will pull up for 3, and he ties it. And then a substitution coming in is Mitch Onstead. 91 all. Sweet looking jumper for Russ Archambault. Well, Russ is one of those guys that if you play him tight, he'll go by you. If you don't, he'll do that.
Full court pressure coming. Dante Johnson coming up to help out. But
and lost the handle. Let's see who this is on. It'll be a block on Johnson.
That maybe was a good foul, falling there.
Back and forth we go here. A chance for the Outstate to lead again as Mitch Onstead will step to the free throw line. A 91-91 game. Hits the free throw. Well, I thought it seemed a little bit unusual before when he missed. I guess that's true. About an 88% free thrower this year, and he's been over 80% his last 3 seasons.
Pretty solid. Full court pressure even with the lead. They give the Metro a chance to score a little quicker.
Collins takes and hits a 3. Jason Collins has 8. 94-93 Metro.
Yeah, I wonder if this was a three-pointer. It was very close. Like I said, they came with the full court pressure even with the lead, and that did give the Metro team a chance to score a little bit quicker.
Number 23, Jason Collins.
29 seconds left in the game. See if Collins was in fact behind the line.
I'm not going to make a decision on that.
And fortunately, we don't have to.
Right.
They gave him a 3, so he's up by a point.
One of the advantages of having 3 officials is that the coverage of the three-point line is so much better. That's a real difficulty for the 2 officials to cover all the way down to the baseline, and the ball gets reversed to get out and cover the three-point line.
Linneman will inbound for the Outstate. Their team chance to take the lead again here, down by a point. Great ball game here.
A lot of ball game left based on what happened to regulation.
Totally went for the steal on Archambault. They try and double him now. Onstead up with it, and the layup good. Onstead a big factor late in this game, 95-94. Outstate by 1. Lee down low, Johnson with Onstead on him, scores. Down to 4 seconds. Onstead is fouled. .6 seconds to go, and you put an 88% free thrower at the line. If he makes 2, they're up by a point.
10 seconds.
Just not a good decision by the Metro right there at all.
It really is a difficult thing to defend, though. The guy's coming full speed, and do you have the courage to depend on a referee to call a charge and step out in front of him, or do you just let him go like St. Thomas Academy found out in the Minneapolis North game? You just let the guy go, and now you give him a great chance to score. And it's a very difficult thing to defend. The fast player coming with the ball full court late in the game. Because if you foul him, they're going to put him at the line. So it's easy to say, gee, why didn't you step out and stop him, or why did you make a bad foul? But it's a hard play to defend.
So 1.6 seconds to go. Metro is leading 96-95 after that hoop by Dante Johnson, but Mitch Onstead of Faribault heading to the free throw line. He's made 4 out of 6 tonight. Has a total of 9 points. He is the 3rd all-time scorer in state history.
And he's been a big part of the comeback, too, for the Outstate. His quickness and ability to take the ball to the basket. He made a tough layup over Matthew Lee there.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier in the game, even when he hadn't scored yet, definitely a factor with his ball handling. His floor game was good even before he started piling up the points.
Yep, and he wears you down defensively too.
Tie game. Metro doing their best to rattle Onstead.
A little bit of trash talking going on.
Doesn't work. 97-96, long inbound, Collins a chance, but the Outstate will hang on for a 97-96 overtime victory. Well, you always come to these All-Star games hoping you get a chance to see some great players do some great things, but kind of a bonus when you get to see this close and this great of a game, too.
Well, it's the best All-Star game I've ever seen. I probably enjoyed the games we won when I was coaching as much, but this was an extremely entertaining game. And and both teams played very well. And they played hard. We saw a number of different players show their skills and show their talent. And the thing that impressed me also is just how hard the players played. Everybody was hustling. Everybody was playing good defense and playing unselfishly. It really was a great game.
Well, we'll take a quick break and we'll hear from the key players in tonight's game in just a moment. Final score in this one, Outstate 97, Metro 96.
One channel with every beat, groove, and kick of this year's Minnesota State Dance Line competition is Cable 12. Watch Cable 12 News for scheduling details. Catch the energy of the 1996 Minnesota Dance Line competition on Cable 12, the one to turn to.
97-96 in OT on 2 Mitch Onstead free throws. Leading scorer in for the Outstate tonight, Russ Archambault with 22. 13 apiece for Michael Thompson and Lance Meinke. 12 for Randy Holthusen. For the Outstate Metro team led by Dante Johnson with 16 and Mark Johnson with 14 points, the only players in double figures in tonight's game. Bill Conlon is standing by with the player of the game from each side.
Well, thanks a lot, Jay. I'm with the two players of the game, and first for the Metro All-Stars for Minnehaha Academy, Mark Johnson. 12 points tonight, but probably more importantly, you kind of neutralized their guards, even though these guys come up with a fantastic finish, and that's what everybody will be talking about. Great game. Was fun, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose we were the underdogs before the game. I guess we showed that we could play with them, but we're both great ball teams. I think we're both equal, and it's just, I guess they were better tonight. We'll find out what happens tomorrow night.
How much fun has this been to be part of this All-Star game and just enjoy the whole atmosphere?
Well, I mean, all the players, it's such an experience to be around such great players, and it's just the experience, it's just great. It's a great feeling to be around such great players, and I'm just glad I can be a part of it.
I know you guys capped it off with some huge wins in the state tournament, and now this kind of caps off what has been a great senior year for you.
Yeah, this is just the icing, the frosting on the cake. This tops it all off. After the state tournament, there's no pressure, hardly any pressure now, and it's just great.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark, and good luck tomorrow night. Now, Russell Archambault, I guess 24 points, and what more can you say about your guys' comeback here?
I don't know. We just played hard and hit the shots we had to hit, and got some big rebounds at the end there, and that helped a lot. And I can't say too much about it.
You picked it up in the clutch. You certainly you kind of had a slow start for yourself. Talk a little bit about what brought you on there at the end.
I don't know. I just figured, we need to hit some big shots, and someone's got to step forth and take those shots, and I just took the initiative, I guess.
How much of these hometown crowd was behind you? Was that fun?
Yeah, that was real fun. It was fun.
Oh, from the dunk contest on out, huh?
Yeah, that was, good fan support, and it was fun.
All right, congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Russell. Let's go back upstairs now to Jay and Wendell.
All right, thanks very much, Bill, for your help all throughout the night on the sidelines. And Wendell, I think you said it best when you said this may be as good of an all-star game as we've seen over the past several years here.
Yeah, it really was. It was a fun game to watch and be part of it. And like Mark Johnson said, I think even the Metro players who played on the losing team had a lot of fun tonight. And just, an ebb and flow of a great basketball game, and the crowd getting into it, and basically the home team kind of winning at the end. So it really was a great game. People got their money's worth, and you should enjoy the telecast of this game.
Tom Linneman hit a 3 to tie it at the buzzer, and then late in OT, 2 Mitch Onstead free throws win it for the Outstate. 97-96 for Bill Conlon, Wendell Ring, and the rest of our Cable 12 sports crew. I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from St. Cloud State.